1 year ago tomorrow, storage tanks at the Smitty Supply lubricant manufacturing facility caught fire, essentially destroying the facility and heavily polluting the surrounding area. WBRZ's comprehensive coverage of this event earned our team a national Edward R. Morrow Award, and that coverage continues tonight. The investigative unit spoke with independent tester Scott Smith, who uncovered the presence of cancer-causing pollutants in the waterways. Tonight, he tells Bess Casserly the results of his latest tests 1 year later.
It's been a year since the explosion here at Smitty's and approximately 9 months since we've heard anything from the EPA or DEQ. There's still remnants of the fire at the now closed Smitty Supply in Roseland, but the site is a far cry from how it looked a year ago. However, despite the site cleanup, the consequences of the fire and washout of the resulting chemicals persist.
The only thing that has changed is the fire is out and the smoke's not in the air, but the fire may as well still be burning because all the contamination continues to discharge into the drainage network through the pond structure right in the Tangipahoa River.
Independent tester Scott Smith has been doing his own testing of the waterways for the last year. He says he's taken more than 300 samples at 75 different sites.
We've got results right into Lake Pontchartrain, from the mouth of Lake Pontchartrain all the way on the Jefferson Parish side.
He was the first to uncover the presence of PFAs, or cancer-causing forever chemicals, in the river, which he says likely came from the washout at Smitty's. And according to his latest results from June, those toxic chemicals are still present.
Well, it's not drinking water, but these levels exceed, you just put it in context, greatly exceed what either standards or recommendations by various agencies, state agencies, some EPA standards. It exceeds that. And again, it's not drinking water. However, the way people use the river and the fish, and people eat the fish, and pets in the banks of the river and the sediment, it goes on and on and on.
Would you personally go swim in that river right now?
No.
Scott says he continues to hear from residents experiencing health symptoms. He says toxicologists say are associated with exposure to some of these chemicals and the soot from the fire.
From headaches, dizziness, people that never had asthma-like conditions now are on inhalers, people getting diagnosed with chemical pneumonia.
LDEQ did not respond to emails requesting an update on cleanup efforts Friday. The last message they put out publicly was in November to say that the river was back open. Before turning the cleanup efforts back over to LDEQ last year, the EPA reported they removed more than 11 million gallons of waste from the river. They also put in booms to try and contain some of the chemical washout. But Scott says his testing proves the booms have been ineffective.
The LDEQ has got to know there's an issue with the discharging of the ongoing contamination into the Tangipahoa River. And with the ongoing issue with the discharge of the contamination in the Tangipahoa River, you would think that they would dam it up and stop the flow into the Tangipahoa River. I do not understand why that has not been done.
Now, Scott says there is some good news, unfortunately not pertaining to the river, but he says in his independent testing of the area's drinking water, it's come back totally safe. For the investigative unit, Bess Casserly, WBRZ News 2.